Hi everyone, so today's video is looking at hip impingement. So I was contacted by a friend who wanted some stretches and some exercises to help with her hip impingement because unfortunately she was supposed to be going for surgery to help relieve some of the pain. However, because due to COVID it wasn't able to happen, so she wanted some help with some exercises and stretches, especially looking at pre-op, so pre-operation. You want to be looking at some stretches and also some strengthening. So you want to strengthen so there isn't such a deficit when you go into surgery or when you have to come out of it, because if you go into surgery with a little bit of a weak muscle, then it's going to be even weaker because you're going to be immobilised and you then have to allow that hip to heal as well. And also stretching can help relieve some pain as well. It can help stretch the muscles which might be a little bit restricted and also might be restricting some of your hip movements. So here are some stretches and exercises. Any questions, then please let me know. So the first stretch we're going to do is going to be stretching our inner thighs. So as you're having a bit of difficulty sitting on the floor, and some people may have difficulty during flexion, so hip flexion, you can also sit on a pillow to do this one, just so you're a little bit elevated and you're not having that flexion, so you may not be having that hip impingement there. So having our feet together, and we can do this in two ways. We can either apply a bit of pressure by placing our elbows onto our knees, or we can pull in our feet even further. Try and keep a straight back, because some people end up doing this, but I feel like if I have a straighter back, then I'm able to apply a bit of pressure to the knees and get more of a stretch on the inner thigh. Stretch number 2 is going to be a glute piriformis stretch, so laying on your back, having your unaffected leg cross your ankle over the other knee, bringing it towards you, and then wrapping your hands around the other leg. So you should be able to feel a stretch around your bum, around your lower back, and also around your upper leg. If you want to feel more of a stretch, then bring the knee further towards you, or if this knee isn't rotating round, then you can just give it a little push and you should be able to feel more of a stretch there. So stretch number 3 is going to be a hip flexor stretch to help open up the front of the hip, because often when people have hip impingement, they often do this. So around this area is where we want to try and stretch as well. So feet shoulder width apart and taking a step forward. Okay, you're going to bend your front knee, keeping the heel on the ground with the back leg, and then you should be able to feel that hip opening up at the front. If you want to try and feel a bit more of a stretch, take your foot a little bit further forward and then try and open up your hips. So try and stay really tall. Try not to bend over, otherwise you're not going to be getting that stretch there. Try and stand really tall and feel that stretch around the front of your leg. Now it's time for some exercises. So the first one is going to be looking at hip extensors, so looking at your glutes and your hamstrings. So laying on your front, you can either do this in your bed or you can do it on the floor. Point your toes on the floor and you're going to be very simply just lifting up the leg, which is going to be extending the hip. So we don't want to go too high, so we don't want to then end up rotating round. Just aim to try and keep the leg nice and level and raise it up straight. So that should be able to work your glutes and also your hamstrings around the hip. And then you can go into abduction as well. So abduction is the action of something coming in towards the body, so staying towards the midline. So you can either have your knee on this side or you have it across on this side. Again, you're going to have your foot flexed, so you're having your toes up close towards your shin rather than pointing them. And then you're just going to raise up like so. Again, this is a very small movement. You don't need to go ridiculously high, because then you end up going in a different direction to what you're supposed to. So just little ones. You can always add a little pulse in, so having the leg raised and just doing little movements, or just keep it nice and simple. Gently touch the ground and repeat this action. Second one is abductions. So on your side again, so we're going to be looking at the top leg, flexing that foot again to make sure we have a nice guide, so we raise up our leg nice and straight, raising it up and then going back down. Again, go within your own range. So if you get to here, then that's fine. If you get slightly higher, then that's absolutely fine. Just work without any pain, because that's the aim. We want to be able to build muscle without being in any pain at all. Last exercise is going to be looking at hip flexion, but also gives your quads a little bit of a workout as well, which is the front of the thighs. So laying on your back, obviously go in the range that you're comfortable, because I know you said that flexion can be a bit uncomfortable for you, and it is uncomfortable for a lot of people that have hip impingement, so just go to where you're comfortable. So toes flex, so bringing your toes up towards your shins. It's going to give your quads a little bit of a workout, but so you're just going to do little marches, just raising up your legs to where you're comfortable. There's no need to go into pain, so if you only get to there, or you can get to there, or you can get to there, then that's absolutely fine. So just doing these marches, nice and slowly. Any questions, then please leave them below, and also if you can like it and then share it, that is really, really appreciated. It means more people can see my videos and it means I can help more people as well, which makes me really happy. Hope to see you all soon.